The British government is investing $62 million in restoration of peat, a layer of soil made of decaying organic matter. Peat acts as a carbon sink, absorbing the element and helping reduce greenhouse gas emissions. But as Julia Chapman reports from Dorset, most of England's peat has been dried out and is in urgent need for re-wetting.
These waterlogged heaths cover 12% of the UK's landmass. They provide a natural habitat for peat, a layer of soil which forms in very wet conditions. But over time, the land has been drained for farming and forestry.
These heathlands, they're really nutrient poor, so people had to make a living from them, had to improve the grazing for them or the perceived improvement of the sites. Now we understand that draining our wetlands is not the right way to go at all. Draining our wetlands does all sorts of damage to them.
Across England, efforts are underway to reverse that process. The county of Dorset has received funding as part of a government initiative.
But there's a little wetland sitting right here. This is a lovely wetland.
Yeah. It's aimed at helping the country reach its goal of net zero carbon emissions by 2050. Peat is a major contributor to that ambition. When it's healthy and wet, it absorbs carbon rather than releasing it. The government has committed to restoring 35,000 hectares of peatland by the end of this parliament. But with 87% of England's peatland degraded, there's a lot of ground to cover. That degradation has knock-on effects. As temperatures rise and wildfires become more frequent, dried-out peat spreads flames faster. Keeping the water table high mitigates that risk and has the bonus benefit of preventing flooding too.
The ways we can restore peat is we can restore the wetness of the sites. So you want to sort of reconnect the groundwater levels with the natural surface layer. We can block up drainage ditches, we can form peat dams, we can do lots of interventions that will help slow and block water, so timber damming, putting in heather bales, woody debris, anything that we can sort of start to block up and enable that water to be locked up for longer.
It's estimated that restoring all of Britain's peatlands could cost as much as $27 billion. But experts say the cost of inaction is far higher. Julia Chapman in Dorset, England, reporting for DD India.